It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A Beresfield man is accused of assaulting police on 2 occasions after speeding off from a random breath test on Monday. An officer suffered an arm injury when he attempted to remove the keys from the ignition after noticing a knife on the front seat of the Toyota Camry, but the driver took off and managed to evade police after a short pursuit. Inspector Glenn Blaine says officers from the Target Action Group and detectives caught up with the 27-year-old at Hexham last night.
Last night, when he was arrested, he, of course, objected to the arrest, and at the time he was involved in a scuffle with the police, and they received some minor injuries in regards to that arrest.
He's due to face Maitland Local Court this morning, charged with a spate of offences. He's also wanted on 6 outstanding arrest warrants. The Public Service Association has described as disgraceful a decision by the state's new Disability Services Minister to meet with big business instead of the disabled community during his visit to Newcastle. Ray Williams spent yesterday's visit talking up the profit-making possibilities from the NDIS to business leaders. The union says the minister missed a golden opportunity to find out exactly how the rollout of the scheme is affecting disabled people, their carers and support workers. The Newcastle V8 Supercars race might only be 8 months away, but there could be some late changes made to the street circuit. Newcastle councillors voted last night to push for the route to run along Shortland Esplanade between Nobby's Beach and Newcastle Baths, instead of running it through the city's historic East End after complaints from residents. Councillors believe if all parties agree to the change, the $2 million extra cost could be shared between Council, Destination New South Wales and Supercars Australia. The Community War Memorial Fund from the state government is providing communities in the Hunter with funds to conserve Anzac War memorials. Raymond Terrace's RSL sub-branch were awarded $3,000 for the Raymond Terrace War Memorial, and Lake Macquarie Council received just over $4,000. Parliamentary Secretary for the Central Coast, Scott MacDonald, says the grants will help to preserve Anzac memorials for generations to come.
It is getting a lot of interest from, the younger people. As they come up through school, they learn that bit of history. And I don't think it's too much to ask for the state government to put in a little bit of funding so that when we do turn up at Anzac Day and other times of the year, that those memorials are looking respectable and something we can be proud of.
The Calvary Mater Hospital at Waratah scored well in the latest quarterly performance report. More than 82% of emergency patients were assessed within 10 minutes of arrival, up by 7% on last year, while all elective surgery patients received their procedures on time. The John Hunter Hospital also did well when it comes to ambulance transfer and triage times at the emergency department. However, there was a 1.6% fall in the number of patients treated in the ED within 4 hours compared to the same time last year. Mayor of Lake Macquarie, Kay Fraser, will welcome 94 new residents to the city this morning. The residents originate from 26 different countries and will bring culture and diversity to the region. Kay Fraser says it's always an emotion-filled ceremony.
It's absolutely amazing. It brings so much diversity and that beautiful culture to enrich our city. Very special. And I always find them very emotional, but also very exciting.
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
It looks like the Newcastle Knights will take on the South Sydney Rabbitohs with an unchanged side this weekend. Forward Jacob Safidi believes the team will have to muscle up and change their tactics with wet weather forecast for Saturday's game. Personally, the 20-year-old says he's excited to play a better game this weekend after a sloppy attack in previous games.
Like I said, my attack didn't really offer much an attack, but I thought my defence was pretty sound. Pretty happy with it, but it's still got a lot to work on, and I'll be hoping to show that again this weekend.
Meanwhile, Dane Gagai is backing coach Nathan Brown's vision for the Knights, saying after 12 months of hard slog, the team is finally headed in the right direction. Last weekend's triumph over the Gold Coast Titans ended a club record 19 straight losses and could be just the start of a winning season. And competitive football was the last thing on Cessnock teacher's aide Sophie Stapleford's mind after she was diagnosed with a brain tumour nearly 2 years ago. Since then, the 23-year-old has undergone surgery and extensive recovery, and last weekend played her first competitive game with Warners Bay since she was diagnosed. That's Sport. I'm Jessica Rouse.
And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 10, 14, 25, 6, 31, 2 and 28, and the supplementaries are 33 and 8. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.